Afternoon everybody, and welcome to another Meccano Maker System set review. This is the 5 model Serengeti Safari set, and as you can see I've already got on with a few of the models. Basically, again, I've had multiples of the set because I've got an idea in mind. So I've been able to get on with building some models while still leaving some for a set review at a later date, and here we are at that later date. The set's about £15. 2015 it says on the box, but they weren't available in the UK till I think around February this year, about maybe March. However, the majority of places I looked, there was £1 or £2 more, so don't be surprised if they're 17 at some places. I say it all the time, shop around. Made 3 models so far. The Rhino, the main model, which is on the box there, the main A model, just there. Of course that's there. Giraffe, and what I think is a gazelle. The Rhino is the better model so far, the best one, but we'll go into all the models once they've all been built. There's 2 more to come. We've got the elephant, which you can just about see here, just there, and the cheetah here. I think it's a cheetah, anyway, a cat of some description. Yes, there's a lot of plastic in the sets, but it's a good little set, to be honest. So we'll make some room and we'll have a look in the set itself. So as you can see, it's quite a full box, which is nice. It looks better to me to have a full box than a massive box with bits rolling around in it. Strong box, French made set, so we've got the tear off strip box, which is a little bit tougher than the Chinese ones with just the flip. But I think it's the gauge of the cardboard used more than anything. So what have we got? We've got nuts and bolts, spacers, washers, all mixed up in one bag there. This bag is a little big, I'm afraid, but yeah, we're used to that, aren't we, by now? We've got some smalls, but some 5/0 strips, plastic parts. Another rather large bag with plastic parts, of course, and another bag in there, black. Now, older viewers, or those of you who have got quite a few older sets of the multi-models variety from around, I don't know, 2008, 2010, that sort of thing, may be familiar with that black plastic bag and the rather useful, if you like, tools. Well, not tools. Tools in this case, but you've got some elastic bands or drive bands, you've got springs, some cord, and a lot of which you didn't use. Don't get your hopes up, folks, because that's not the case with this one. Why it's black plastic bag, I don't know, but we'll come on to that in a moment. And the instructions. Now, of course, I am forewarned quite well with these instructions, and this one, unlike the Ferrari set, has nice or nicer quality print, glossier, maybe better paper, I don't know. Again, tips on the left, how to do things. Your 3 models in the set itself, or the set instructions itself, so the giraffe, the rhino and the gazelle. The other 2 download off the Meccano website. And about the only thing I could say, well, it's not bad really, what could be better is the colours of the zinc strips in the instruction itself. Let's take this one for example. See how dark they are, yet they're the right shade in the parts in set list. And I'm just wondering whether, to a newbie, I've got this set for Christmas, and they start looking around for parts that are this dark, because I fall into the trap myself, and indeed sometimes why I make mistakes. I forget about the parts in set list and just dive straight to the picture. On the whole though, these are good instructions. They're a decent size for the size of the models, and they make best use really of the space available in each section of the page. So they're pretty good overall. I think you can see that there. Pretty good indeed. The parts quality, the zinc so far has been a little thin, stained, if you like, marked. The Meccano stamps are there, but missing on a lot of the small parts, and it can be a little faint as well. Which, to be honest, I've said for many sets now, and it's mostly the French sets, to be honest. So you can see it's pretty clear, And if we look at the rear, we've got the usual parts contents list. No white outlining of the parts in this, but to be honest, you don't need it. There's no real dark parts, and they're quite large images, so there's no need at all. There's no black spaces, there's only brown ones, which stand out quite nicely. And of course, there's a couple of sets with these new, just to show you there, number 17. See the new ball and socket, sort of like spine parts, if you like. They're very good, those are, very good indeed. And we'll show you them when we get to them in a moment. So here are all the main parts. Some have been around since the year dot, others not so. Although, of course, the amount of new sets that are filtering through now, you may think that some parts have been around for quite a while. Let's look at some of the newer parts, and perhaps not brand new now, but certainly only been around for 6 months, or maybe a little bit more than that now. You've got this sort of, I always struggle for names with the new stuff, but you've got this sort of angled braced girder, if you like. And as you can probably work out, that forms the body, or most of the body, on some of the models. These sort of obtuse angled plates, a couple of different colours, this tan and there's the grey. Well made, these thicker plastic parts, isn't quite solid really, and a bit thicker though, of course, than the usual parts. Nicely angled in some ways through the slots. Nicely finished, but again, the Ferrari, for example, the LaFerrari, that sort of jumped the queue a bit, I suppose. So you've probably seen it in that video. Plastic trunnions, or plastic flat trunnions. Again, well made. These ears, now you would have seen these before on the Mechasaurus teeth, and a bit awkward to show you really. There you go, just there. Little teeth or ears. Nice little part actually, nice detailed part, that one. And then we've got these skeletal, rather like a sheep's head or a dog's head or a pig's head sort of shape. These sort of skeletal, or more skeletal if you like, almost triangular braced girders, I suppose. I suppose what I'm doing is trying to put old names to new parts, but again, well made. Now, I was thinking with these to put 4 together. I'll try and do this one-handed. You'll have to bear with me on this one. Those of you who like Star Wars, can you see what I'm getting with that, maybe? And then one this side. X-Wing fighter. In a fashion, I don't know. Possible. Sometimes ideas just the shape of a part sort of tweaks the imagination. Sometimes you need that spark, that little bit of spark. But there are the most, well, nearly all the parts, the major parts, you like. You probably can't see this, but one of these was slightly bent, only slightly. And actually, as a set goes of these ain't too bad in the zinc department. A bit flat maybe. Certainly some of the other sets have been quite poor with staining, so actually this one's looking pretty good. Of course, you can't see the nuts and bolts. I didn't bother getting all those out, but there they are still. So we've got those, and you probably heard a bit of a clang then. Well, that's the Allen key, usual Allen key, and we're looking through the little black bag now I mentioned earlier. So you do get your tools, and there's a why this part is in there, I don't know, but there's no stamping on that at all. And let's just pour out the rest, it's a lot easier that way. I think that's all. Oh, no, there's one in there. We've got the quick snaps, these push-in rivets, there's 2 lengths of those. And a part, I dare say, which will probably become quite rare, to be honest. And that's this tusk I can see that being quite rare, because how many sets is that going to be in? And these are the rather, well, to me they look to be very useful ball and socket sort of spinal parts, and they go together very well indeed. So you've got a flat side with holes, you've got a recessed side with holes, so the nut is gripped, so you don't need the spanner on that bit, and they go together very well indeed. Listen to the click. Ready? It's hard to do it like this. Yeah, that's a good click. Let's do another one. Let's try and get it so you can see. Really good click, and then we'll put the other ones together with this one. So a good click there, and as you can see, you've got like a spinal section there that you can twist around anywhere, and you can bend like that. So you can do anything with it. We've got a, here you are. Right, there we go. There you are. So very quick Meccano models. We've got a worm. We've got the letter R. I suppose we've got the letter I. What? Oh yeah. Oh, this. The fastest model of the iron bridge you've ever seen. There you are. Look at that. I know I'm being silly. So yeah, they are good parts. They are really good clip. Well, of course it's plastic and they may wear the more you take them apart, put them together. But really good, useful parts. I can see them quite well. And they're quite robust, so they should handle some weight quite well. Power, maybe. I don't know. So there you go. So those are really nice. You can also get those in a lime green in the Dinosaurs 10 model set, which I do have an example of. We'll be having a look at that, I think, fairly soon. So there you go, folks. That's the set. Around £15, maybe 16, 17, and it is a pretty good set. I can't really grumble at all. And you probably know, if you've watched, I do grumble. So there you go. It's a decent set. The usuals with the French sets, it seems more so, are there. The bags, the zinc, a bit iffy sometimes, not bad on this one. Yes, quite a few plastic parts, but quality plastic parts. So I suppose you get a shorter video when there's not a lot to say bad about the sets, I suppose. But yeah, good points, real good points, those ball and sockets. But as usual, folks, shop around.